seconds on the clock.
Welcome back to Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort here in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. Glad to have you with us as always for the 5th consecutive year here at Soaring Eagle, the 2015 WPBA Masters. We are about to start our second semifinal between Ga-Young Kim and Karen Kaur. For the intros of the players, let's go down to Tournament Director Steve Tipton.
Go. Ladies and gentlemen, again, let me welcome you to the 2015 WPBA Masters 9-Ball Championships at the beautiful Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort. This is match number 2, semifinal number 2. Let's meet the players. Player number 1 has over 25 WPBA titles to her credit. Welcome in, if you would, the Irish Invaders, Karen Kaur. And her opponent, two-time defending champion here, two-time world champion, known all over the world from Seoul, Korea, the little devil girl, Ga-Young Kim. Ga-Young Kim.
I'm just laughing because there is a reason that Ga-Young Kim looks so happy being here. That's Soaring Eagle. Her profile, the two-time consecutive and defending Masters champion, Ga-Young Kim. That's why she loves it. Karen Kaur looking for one title that has eluded her in a great Hall of Fame career here at the Masters. The lag for the opening break in our second semifinal. Mitch Lawrence and BCA Hall of Famer and 2012 Masters champion, the striking Viking Ava Lawrence here calling the action for you. And it will be Ga-Young Kim with the opening break in our first set. And is she ever stoked?
I ran into her in the back before we got out here, and she was napping on the couch, so she is ready to play.
Here's a look at our road to the final, brought to you by Aramith. Jasmine Ocean already in a thrilling sudden death victory over Siming Chen. Ga-Young and Karen going after this second semifinal. Down to 3 out of the 48 players that came to Mount Pleasant earlier in the week. One of them will be our 2015 WPBA Masters champion. And as Steve Tipton prepares the rack for the first break, let's look at the keys to this second semifinal match. Ava, brought to you by Simonis.
Well, I think anybody who's seen Ga-Young play, if she can stay loose and kind of fire her explosive type game, she's going to be tough to beat here. Karen Kaur, on the other hand, wants to slow things down a little bit, very methodical and phenomenal safety player. That's going to be, she's not afraid to go into a safety battle with anybody. So if that works for her, then she's going to be the one to beat in this match.
And always presents an interesting matchup of great safety play by Karen and a great kicking game by Ga-Young Kim.
No question. She has that background in the three-cushion billiards format, and she can really work the table and the cushion. So we're going to see. She's going to take a quick look at the rack. Players, what they're looking for is if there's a little tiny space between any of the balls that could make the rack act funny.
Ga-Young gets ready. Here's our format, 2 sets, each a race to 5. In case of a tie, sudden death rack, which we had in the first semi, alternating breaks and a 45-second shot clock with 1 extension per rack. And the loser of the first set will break first in the second set.
And
nothing on the break, Ava.
No, not only nothing on the break, but what an opening for Karen right off the bat. 1 ball goes clearly into the side pocket. She could just roll the cue ball out here. 2 is right there. 3 is next to the 2 ball. No balls are tied up, and I don't see anything major here. This is all about accuracy in cue ball positioning. Oh, no, look what she started out doing. I cannot believe she just did that. Anywhere. Look at her face. You know that she really realized what a big mistake she just made. She followed the cue ball too far. Table. And she ended up getting snookered behind the 7. She has no clear path at it. The 9 ball is in the way for a 1-rail kick. She's really put herself in a mess here. What looked like it was going to be a great start for Karen has now turned into a bit of a nightmare. She's going to jack up over this 7 ball, if you get the tiniest bit of spin of English on the ball, you're not even going to get. She got a little bit of left spin on that, and the cue ball, instead of coming straight down towards the 2, that tiny bit of left spin made her miss that. That was really a careless mistake. Very, very much so.
So right off the bat, Ga-Young Kim with a great opportunity here.
And on any foul, you get ball in hand, you get to place it anywhere you want to. So she can start out. This is where players are really dangerous, is when they actually get ball in hand and get to start it out the way they want to. Ga-Young is looking immediately very aggressive, running around the table, taking a look where she wants to be on the 4 to get to the 5, so she can then get to the 6. Not enough to just get a shot at this 4 ball. She wants to have a slight bit of an uphill angle where she can just stun the cue ball and bring it to the left just a little bit towards the 5.
In 2013, her first Masters title, Ga-Young Kim beat Monica Webb in the final, and last year in sudden death, she beat Kelly Fisher to take back-to-back championships.
Draw the cue ball up just a little. She can come out for it in the side, in the corners. She went up for the side. She failed to get there, but that'll work. She had a little smirk on her face there. That'll be just fine. She would love to be able to make the 6 there and just kind of bring the cue ball over to in this position for the 7 ball in the side pocket. Just watch out for the 8. That'll work. And whenever a ball is in the center of the table like this, like the 8 is, she's really is looking right now. It goes in 5 out of the 6 pockets, but you have to really decide exactly where you want to be, so you don't end up in that in-between land. Back up. That's about as good as it gets right there.
So Ga-Young had the break, did not make a ball, but winds up winning this first rack of the first set thanks to some careless play by the Hall of Famer Karen Corr. Ga-Young will take it up 1-0. Remember, it's a race to 5 in each set. You look at Karen Corr and she'll be thinking long and hard about what she needs to do. Does not want that image of the first rack, Ava, to linger as we look at her profile. And this week, Ava, she was ridiculously strong with balls made on the break, giving herself a chance.
83% is unbelievable. I mean, tables have their own personalities. Sometimes it's really tough, and she doesn't have the most powerful break on tour by any means, as you'll see here in a second. But she really controlled the cue ball, figured out where to break from, what speed, in order to make a ball on the break.
As Steve prepares the rack, you know, you talk about rivalries in sports, and Karen and Ga-Young Kim have had as amazing a rivalry as we've seen in this game. 3 times in the U.S. Open that Ga-Young won the U.S. Open, all of them against Karen Corr. And when you think about just that one statistic, forget about the fact that they played each other a whole bunch of other times.
It's incredible.
You really get a sense of the great careers that both of them have had. So this is going to be another chapter in that great rivalry. Let's see what Karen can do. Rack 2 of the first set of our second semifinal here at Soaring Eagle.
And again, I noticed Karen from past years has really stood up much higher on the break. She's really been working on her break. She used to get down and low on it like she does on a regular shot. She got a lot of power there. She managed to make 1, 2, 3 balls on the break. 4, unfortunately for her, the cue ball flew straight in. She just hit him off to the left a little bit. Cue ball goes straight into the side pocket. And again, a great opening for Guy Young. You see here, the 8-ball flies straight in, followed by the cue ball. Here comes the 6. And finally, the 3-ball. And with all that happening, the 4 and the 7, check out where they are. They are pretty much frozen together. Question is, can she make the 4-ball someplace? Does it pass the 7-ball? That's going to be a very close call. She's looking at it, double checking that it'll go where she wants to be on the 4. If it does pass by the 7, from here it looks like it definitely will. Important shot here to get just right on the 3-ball where she can come 2 rails around for the 4. Or actually, I apologize, she has to come straight across to the 4. Mixed up that 5-ball with a 3. There we go. Too firm. Way too firm. This could be a change of plans here. She wanted to be about in here, and that difference in an angle, she really has to cut this backwards without connecting with the 7-ball first, hit it with a little bit of right spin, and at the same time avoiding any kind of a scratch in the side pocket. And making the 4 is no good if you don't get a shot on the 5-ball. She's going to follow it. No, she's drawing it back. Wait a second. Beautiful. Beautiful. You know,
great concentration there.
She has such an interesting way of shooting. Most players that have that really long bridge, see that super long bridge, but she still only takes the cue stick back a few inches on most shots. She doesn't have that long backstroke that a lot of people do. But look how far away her hand is from the cue ball and how she just takes a short little backstroke, and then it's all forward motion.
As she looks at the 7, I want to mention this great playing equipment this week at Soaring Eagle. They're playing on the Diamond Pro-Am, Aramuth TV Pro Cup balls, Simonis 860 cloth on that diamond table, the Delta 13 rack in use. Miss 9 for a quick 2-0 lead. Little Devil Girl, Guy Young Kim, taking advantage of a couple of mistakes by Karen Kaur early. Not much Karen can do. She's had pretty much just a couple shots at it. Finds herself down 2-0 in this first set, race to 5. Guy Young Kim will have the break in rack number 3. And what a great, great week of competition it has been. You'd expect it, Ava, in a major championship like the Masters, but boy, it's when you really hear all week and you watch the play and you watch the competitors and the competition. There's so many good players now. You and I were talking earlier this afternoon before we actually started the telecast about how there's no Allison Fisher, there's no Kelly Fisher, the players that we're used to seeing in these kinds of matches. We have certainly 4. 3 of the 4 semifinalists were here last year, but just a lot of great players out here taking care of business.
Yeah,
right
I mean,
now.
there's a lot of champions that were knocked out, not just around before this, but were knocked out early. You have players like Vivian Villarreal and that got knocked out in like the first 3 matches. She was gone out of the tournament. That's pretty much unheard of. So it's a very deep field, a lot of new talent coming up, a lot of great players entering the tour, both from here, from the U.S. and from Asia and Europe.
So to the table, Guy Young Kim feeling pretty good right now. Rack 3, here's the break.
Nothing. Look at the 3-ball and the 4-ball. They both hung up. She managed to make the 6. And she would have loved for that 4-ball to go. Now she's going to have to worry, are both balls going to go in? If so, she's going to have to draw the cue ball back. If she draws the cue ball back and the 1 ball does not go, then she may end up with a tough shot. So she's going to have to kind of decide if she's going to make both or 1. And she made it, but no shot. The worst place she could have placed that 1 ball. If it hits the other side of the 4, she would have had a shot. If it hit straight on it and just tap it in, she would have had a shot. But in here, she does have one, but this is really tough. With a bridge, slicing it is in this thin, and still she's going to have to keep some kind of a control of the cue ball here. Oh, how good is that? And look at the position. No. It passes by that 5 ball. She had a shot at it. Now it's going to be close if she has a shot in the side. Beauty with this, she has to do nothing with the cue ball. All she has to do is make that 2 ball. The 3 is hanging right in the pocket, right there. Well, she is on fire, this girl.
You know, you were talking, what your key was that she were able to play freely and
Exactly.
really let her game out. And once she does, that's the kind of, you know, she may be in a tricky situation. She may have different shots, but when she's really, really playing, there aren't that many players ever that have been as really beautiful to watch.
No, and when she has no fear, which usually happens when the opponent shows some weakness in the beginning, like Karen snookering herself, right, you know, from that 1 ball to the 2, that's when this one really lets loose. I mean, Guy Young can punish you faster than any other player on tour. The only one that is even close to playing her speed with the same kind of punishment, especially when she was in her prime, is the Tornado, Vivian Villarreal, who just got inducted into the WPBA Hall of Fame here. And both of those players, they play so fast. But I tell you what, Guy Young plays fast, and she rarely makes mistakes. Her tempo is phenomenal. When she's down on the ball, she takes her time.
I think Kelly Fisher would take umbrage.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there is Kelly.
Regardless.
That's true. What was I thinking?
Regardless. Here's a 9 for a 3-rack lead. Early out of the gate. Guy Young Kim making a statement. Karen Corr will have the break in rack 4, and she better do something about it quickly in this race to 5 first set. There's only so much you can do. And Karen Corr is going to have to figure it out here at Soaring Eagle in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. Guy Young Kim with a 3-rack and early lead in this first set of this semifinal at the Masters.
It's the place we go when every day is all too ordinary. And then finally you let yourself have it all. Here they use words like luxury, and you soak it up and indulge. You reel yourself in, then you let yourself go. And with a vivid surge of adrenaline, you feel alive. Let yourself get away. Experience more at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort.
Diamond. They say diamonds are a girl's best friend. But in pool, diamonds are the player's best friend. And these diamonds are made in the USA. Diamond pool tables, designed by players for players. Diamond is the official table of professional pool. To get your Diamond pool table, call 812-288-7665 or visit us online at diamondbilliardproducts.com. Play with the best. Diamond.
Stay up to date with the women of the WPBA all year long on WPBA.com. Get player information, find out about upcoming events and more. Log in and visit the video archive section and watch over 50 matches dating back to 1995. While there, take advantage of the new affiliates program. Shop, save, and support the WPBA. Save money with over 90 affiliates on travel, home and sports, apparel and accessories, business and office, food gifts, and more. WPBA.com, home of the Women's Professional Billiard Association.
Welcome back to Mount Pleasant in Michigan and the beautiful Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort. Ga-Young Kim and Karen Kaur, our second semifinal matchup. Jasmine Ocean already in. Ga-Young Kim's week here in Mount Pleasant has, as always, been an interesting one. Tara Williams went down first, then Irish Julie Kelly. She lost to Jeanette Lee in a great battle, 9-8, and look at how she came back. Lena Schurzvik, 9-7. A big victory over Kelly Fisher, and then Monica Webb 9-2 to get to this semifinal match. Ga-Young Kim definitely on a roll here as we get this second semifinal going. Up 3-0, race to 5 first set. There'll be a second set. The players split that set. We'll have a sudden death tiebreaker to see who will face Jasmine Ocean in the final. Karen Kaur with the break in rack number 4.
Let's see if she can keep the cue ball on the table here. Still a lot of power. Let it go there. It was heading towards the pocket, but got knocked out by the 9. So if it doesn't scratch there, she's going to have a shot at the 1. Interesting layout here. You got one ball goes here, no problem. But here's the 2 all the way down at the other side of the table. So can she make the 1 and come around is going to be the question. Even if she goes into the 8 ball here, she still should be able to get some kind of a shot at the 2 if she doesn't hit it too hard. Oh, Karen. You know, when it rains, it pours. And I have to tell you, I mean, you see there, she hit it kind of a little bit low instead of hitting this with a smooth height where the cue ball can kind of die down a little bit. It just followed the tangent line and straight into the corner. And again, given a player of the abilities of Ga-Young Kim, ball in hand more than once in this set usually punishes you enough where it's going to cost you the match in the race to 5. But this is the second time now she's just had a wide open table, can plan out her run from the very, very first shot. She wasn't happy about the fact that now she's going to have to use the bridge, but that's a little whiny if you ask me, because it's a very makeable 4-ball. She doesn't have to do much with the cue ball. If she wants to, she can just go into the rail and downplay the 5-ball in the corner or put some more speed on it and play the 5 in the side. All right, she's coming down for the side. And how is that for speed control? Absolutely perfect.
One thing we can watch with Ga-Young, which we've seen before, Karen is a very slow, very deliberate, methodical player. Ga-Young likes to move quickly. And as with all quick players, there's a line, and if you get going a little too quickly, you can lose a bit of position or whatever.
Definitely.
So that's one thing. Right now, it doesn't seem to be any kind of problem.
No, and it was the problem with Ga-Young. Has slowed down a lot since she first came on tour. She made a lot of unforced errors early on and just won on sheer talent, but she opened the door for a lot of players by going too fast. Now she goes across like she's doing now, really measuring, taking her time. She's still moving fast, but watch when she gets down on the ball, she doesn't rush anything. She takes her time, makes sure she's looking at the ball and decides exactly where she wants to be. She has really learned how to control her emotions, wanting to run around.
Amazing, now 31 years of age. As I said, she turned pro in 2003. We really got a hit on who she was in 2004. She won the U.S. Open 9-ball over Karen Kaur, as I mentioned, and the World 9-ball Championship over Shin-Mei Liu, the great player. It was a big announcement of, here I am. And she has stayed there ever since. That 9-ball, 4 racks. I would say quickly, Karen Kaur has given her every opportunity to do that, and she has taken advantage. So she is on the hill in this first set.
And Karen just needs to own the table for a little bit, because what's happening now is that there's no fear in Ga-Young whatsoever, and she can really, you know, she's got a good lead here, 4-0 obviously in a race to 5 in the first set. But not only that, but she owns the table. Karen needs to get it back.
And Karen has had it most of the week, if not all the week so far up to this point. Fantastic victories early. Tough match against Canadian Brittany Bryant, and then a big-time match over Kelly Fisher, 9-3, and Jeanette Lee, 9-3, late last night to get to this point in these semis. And then the shock of playing so well all week and then coming to this match in the first 4 racks. You see it on Karen's face right now. Totally dominated by Ga Young Kim. Here's the break in rack number 5.
I think this is the first time she's not going to make a ball on the break, but she was fortunate there. She has left nothing for Karen to get started with. The 4, the 8 is blocking the 1 ball that's down here. Karen's definitely going to have to push out. Karen feels pretty confident kicking safeties. So sometimes, even though there's a push-out opportunity, which is where you get to place the cue ball, you can push it anywhere on the table as long as you don't scratch directly after the break, and your opponent can choose to either shoot it or give it back to you. But again, Karen she feels confident here. 1 ball's close enough to the cushion. She's going for a safety. And no, not again. Are you kidding me? Oh. Karen's scratching her head going, what? It's like she's a little bit snake bit here.
Interesting reaction from Ga Young, who just stood up at her seat. She really thought that was going to go in.
I think we all did.
Yeah.
Karen included. Well, the ever offensive player that Ga Young always has been would go for the bank here, but you don't want to let Karen back in. Keep her frustrated. Play a safety. Don't give her an opening. There you go, behind the 3. How good is she? She is on today. Now, this is the beauty of it, too. Obviously, this set is far from over. Karen has won several times in her career. She has won 5 racks in a row. But maybe not from this position, behind the 3 ball. But there's a whole other set to go.
Right.
So you shake this one off and you start from 0 like nothing happened. So we've got a long way to go here yet. It's been all Ga Young Kim so far, but Karen has a lot of game to give today. How about that? How about that shot? How about the cue ball behind the 5 on top of it? That's pretty right there.
And maybe that'll get Karen going.
And
How
Karen,
often have we seen a great safety get somebody pumped?
You bet. And there was no doubt in Ga Young's mind. She had immediately picked up her jump cue. Jump cue is shorter and lighter where you have a good balance. Good
Just
hit there.
avoids the 9.
1 stops on the 7. He's going to hit down and pop it over. And that's a smart shot, unless she scratches. Nope. Not the easiest of things to play a good safety with a jump cue, but really she's very good. She's very accurate with her jump cue, so she could pick which side she wanted to hit there to get a safety. 2 balls, going to try to get the cue ball up behind the 2. A little bit soft. Is it going to get there? You bet. And this is what Karen needs to do. Ga Young is a phenomenal kicker, phenomenal at jump cue, great safety player. But to me, if it comes to out-shooting each other, Karen's strength to me would be the safety game. To really slow the game down a little bit, stop Ga Young from running running racks in 2 minutes. And
no, but it's perfect. That was the key for Karen, was the safety play.
You bet.
And I think what stunned us at the beginning was that she was so off with her field, but these last couple safeties, I mean, that right there is about as good as you can do.
And here's another jump shot. We're going to there. This is a full ball. Made a tremendous shot, and check this out. We saw this in the first semifinal match where one player would play a good safety, the other one would kick, play safety, another kick safe, another kick safe. Doesn't get much better than this.
I like what you said about slowing it down, too. It's like a great football game where one team's a great
Yes.
passing team. You know, one person, and you either run or pass depending on what you want to, how to control the tempo of a game. That's what Karen
Absolutely.
needs to do
And
too.
Karen's definitely a runner, and she wants to slow
Yes.
things down.
Absolutely.
Maybe irritate Guy Young, frustrate her a little bit on the table. Oh, no.
Did not expect that. So ball in hand for Guy Young Kim. That's the result she wanted. And will she be able to end this first set in dramatic fashion? Let's see how close this came for Karen Kaur.
It almost got it. Then she would have possibly gotten a decent safety out of it. Now instead, with the open table, Guy Young's going to get the ball in hand here. And she's going to really look at the angle she wants, 2 to the 3. That's the biggest key shot right here. Going to draw this with a little bit of low left. Come across between the 6 and the 7. Exactly like that. Beautiful. A little straighter than she wanted here. It looks like she has no choice but to draw the cue ball back about where it is now and get a long straight-in shot on the 4. The beauty is the fact that the 5 is here. So if she makes this 4 ball, all she has to do is hit and stick right there.
Talked about it many times. Guy Young growing up, learning the game. Her father, Young Ki Kim's 3-cushion billiard room. Gave her an unbelievable foundation in the game. Knowledge of the game, and then she took that and ran with it.
And she is playing everywhere, obviously mostly in Asia. She still loves coming over here. I was talking to her and she says, I just love seeing all my friends. I love America. I love coming here. Even though she's got an incredible career in Korea and the rest of Asia, she just loves coming over here to play on the WPBA Classic Tour. And she still goes to school on top of all that.
Leisure sports, and so far she's having a leisurely time here with Karen Kaur.
And she said, you know, when I don't play as much on tours, then kind of start, you know, stepping down from this. I want to play as long as I can. She said, but when I'm not interested in playing on tour anymore, I would love to teach. And not only the game, but also how to make a living doing this, and kind of suggestions on teaching somebody how to speak to the media and everything else that she's had to learn, because when she came over here, she was cute as a button, but she didn't know how to really let that personality out as much as she does now. So she has been a huge asset to our tour.
And quick work of this first set. Never would have expected this. Never would have expected this, but Guy Young Kim doing what she had to do, and brilliantly. 5-0 in this first set over Karen Kaur. Karen will have the break in the first rack of the second set when we come back to Soaring Eagle.
The Getaway. It's the place we go when every day is all too ordinary. And then finally you let yourself have it all. Here they use words like luxury, and you soak it up and indulge. You reel yourself in, then you let yourself go. And with a vivid surge of adrenaline, you feel alive. Let yourself get away. Experience more at Soaring Eagle Casino.
This championship is being played with the new Aramith tournament set. Featuring a unique molecular structure, it guarantees razor-sharp precision and unsurpassed longevity. Unquestionably the best pool balls in the world, this set is available in a TV and a value pack version, as well as in the new My Aramith Ranger of Ball and cue cases. Now you can bring and play with the best ball set everywhere you go. My Aramith, bringing new dimensions to your billiards experience.
Delta 13, the true legend of Rex.
Great to have you with us here in Michigan, in Mount Pleasant and Soaring Eagle, beautiful casino and resort. And a look at our top 16 finishers brought to you by the great people at Delta 13. Fantastic week for all these players. We're going to say congratulations to one of the true stars out here in the WPBA Classic Tour from New York, 9mm Jennifer Beretta.
This weekend, I started out really slow. I lost my first round. I just wasn't playing well for the first 2 days, and then today I found it and I started playing really well. And then I ran into a buzzsaw. Her name's Kelly Fisher. So that ended my run at 9th through 12th.
Congratulations to Jennifer on a great week, and as I said, to all our top 16 finishers and all the touring pros, 48 of them that came to Michigan to compete. Karen Corr has to turn it around or she'll be gone. First rack of the second set. And here we go.
Oh, she did manage to make one on the break. We're good to go for Karen. And open shot here on the one ball, down in the corner. Cue ball. She wants to come out or just leave it right here. So you can see the 2 is open into the corner pocket. She just really needs to trust her stroke here, let it out. She wants to get towards the center of the table is the best, where she doesn't have to go into the 7 and the 9. There we go. One ball down for Karen. All right, another one to let her stroke out. If she's straight here, she's got no choice but to draw it back. But it looks like she has a hair of an angle where she can float it. No, she's putting draw on it. She must be straight.
I have to tell you,
Beautiful.
an amazing stat. This is the 6th rack we've played. That's the 2nd and 3rd ball, right on the break, that Karen has made.
Other than the unfortunate cue balls. But it's like I said, and you could see it in Karen's face too. She knows this is a new set, so all she has to do is hold it together here. Take over the table for a while. Perfect.
Nice. Karen, originally from Ballymoney in Northern Ireland, spends a lot of time there, and now in the Philadelphia area.
A little bit farther, a little excited, but she's still in good shape. Just back cut it a little bit. She can have center ball on the cue ball, go into the cushion and back out. She should be okay.
Nicely done. As Ava said, this is exactly what she needs. Get to the table, stay there, keep Guy Young seated. Guy Young obviously has been here before. Certainly, she's won this event the last 2 years.
I'm a little
She
surprised there that she didn't go for the side pocket, Mitch. Excuse me. Either that or she just came up short. It's one of those shots where you really can't come up short. Even if you get up here, you're okay. And now instead she has a shot in the corner pocket. She's going to have to kind of hold the cue ball. Or she's going to have to whip it around. Either way, it's okay. As she held it, she was okay. But why take a chance on making it tricky on yourself? And she had an automatic position to go up into the side. She got a good shot here at the 9. This is going to feel awfully good for Karen to make this.
There you go. You hear the crowd respond. A little bit nerve-wracking as that cue ball came toward the corner pocket, but not an issue. And for the first time today, the Hall of Famer Karen Corr is on the board. Rack 1 of the second set. Goes to Karen. Guy Young will have the break. We had a break and run in the third rack by Guy Young of the first set, and a break and run here in the first rack of the second set for Karen. And trust me, Guy Young may have had an easy time of it in that first set, but she also knows this is the second set.
No question.
As she sits and concentrates while rack number 2 gets ready.
And the amazing part about this game is that if you compare this semifinal so far to the other semifinal that we had earlier, it's like completely night and day, the style of game. The players in that weren't able to get a shot ever at the one, so they had probably an average of about 8 safeties, which is pretty unheard of in more or less every rack. And here, players have been able to get a shot, be it because after the break or because somebody scratches and makes a mistake. But the speed of this has been almost all offense. Oh, Guy Young has a shot. Wide open at the 1 ball. She has a good path to get down to the 2 if she can avoid the traffic. Making the 1 ball here, the cue ball, she's going to play that 1, 2, 3 cushions. She can choose to either go short on this side of the 6 or down in this direction. The only thing she doesn't want to do is get a full hit on the 6 ball, because if she does, she's going to more likely get snookered behind the 2. So pick your path. She's a fantastic, really great at finding the path, playing the cushions from her 3 cushion background. And there it goes. Misses the 6 ball, little firm, a little too much speed, but at least she's down there by the 2. Now she has a choice. She can go offensively, she can play a safety. The main thing is she's not snookered behind the 5. She could just tap it up here and go behind the 9 with the cue ball, with the 7. It's a smart shot. It could have been better. What she wanted to do was to freeze on that 7 ball. Now Karen has an option to kick behind the 7 and make an easy hit. She may make it. She may be able to play a safety. Usually what a player does in this situation is try to kick short to send the 2 ball, hit this, and send the 2 ball this way and the cue ball down and hold it here. So you want to hit on the short side of the 2. There you go, perfect. Oh, she may even get a little bit lucky making the 2 ball. Lucky making the 2 ball, but look what she's got on the 4, nothing. Nothing there. 6 ball has the 4 completely blocked. She's still lucky that ball went in so it didn't sit in the pocket, because then she would have been in trouble. So a little bit unlucky, a little bit lucky that that one went.
Takes her extension. It's a great look at one of the challenges in this sport. I think Karen studying, Guy Young sitting. And really, we talk a lot about the mental side of the game, but the ability, you know this as a great player too, the ability to really stay in a place where you're comfortable while the other players at the table.
You just got to sit and wait.
Just take it.
You have nothing to do with it. Oh, no, not only she scratched. You have nothing to do with the table until it's your turn. So you might as well sit there and keep a positive attitude, immerse yourself in what's happening on the table, and just watch it as if you were watching television, and wait for your turn. You can see here she hit the short side of it, and that brought the cue ball straight into the corner pocket. Guy Young is walking around planning the table here. Just easy drift down, get herself the perfect angle. She put a little bit of right spin on this and bring it towards the 5. And here's the key and what she was looking at. Do I want to shoot that 7-9 combo, Or do I want to get an angle here on the 6 to avoid it and run out? Some players really prefer never to shoot a combo ever unless it's sitting right in the pocket. And I would say most players prefer to shoot the run out when it's open like this. Depends on if she can get right on the 6 ball to get back to the 7. Yeah, she's trying to find that spot on the rail. Not only get on that side, but she really wants to make sure to pick what spot so that she can easily then get up to the 8 ball from there. And she has done just that. She wants it off the rail a little bit.
Giving you a roadmap of what she's thinking about. I love when you guys do that.
Yeah, kind of show
Well,
you ahead of time. But
there's
that's
so
what
many
it is.
options to shots,
Absolutely.
though, that it's great to be able to say, okay, this is where Guy Young's going to try to put the cue ball and then just watch her do it.
No question. She had enough of an angle to go around with a perfect lead, I might add.
Now has a little angle on the 8. So we saw this in the first set. And Guy Young taking advantage again of a ball in hand situation, and rack number 2 is on her side. We're tied in 1 apiece in this second set of our second semifinal. Remember, Jasmine Ocean defeated Siming Chen in the first semi in sudden death in spectacular fashion with a brilliant billiard on the 9. And she is waiting for the winner of this semifinal to find out which of these 3 players will be our 2015 Masters champion.
And this is my favorite thing about this format. It would be 6 games to 1 right now, and kind of ho-hum. In the 2-set format, this match is alive until the last ball has been made. Both players still have an equal opportunity to win this match.
You see Karen getting ready. Had a chance to talk to her about her biggest challenge in the game.
Biggest issue previously is kind of the break. If I can kind of make a ball on the break and get a shot, it's like massive. So that'd be nice if we can do that today.
You heard her own words. The break, big time. As Ava said, she's been working on it a lot.
And you can see how much more she stands up on the break. She really gets power on there by following through and clearing her body out of the way so she can really come through it. And like you said, best record so far of the 4 players left in the tournament. 20 out of 24 breaks she's made a ball on the break. That's pretty strong. 2 ball goes on the break. 8 ball goes on the break. And she has a shot at the 1 down here in this corner. 3 balls right here. If she can avoid colliding with the 6 ball, come down 2 rails, back up again for the 3 ball, she's in good shape. She gets a clean hit the center of the pocket here. It should go perfectly straight down and back up again. To avoid the 6. Perfect.
Good speed there.
And here, a little bit of low right should be able to bring. You got to choose which side. A little bit of low right will bring you here, or you can draw it on the other side of the 9. Just got to watch out for the scratch if you do. Yeah, much smarter shot. Perfect.
Remember, a break and run in the first rack of this second set for Karen to get her on the board. Finally, trying to do that again here.
And this is a promising rack here, Mitch. If she can float the cue ball up here and get straight, she wants to get almost perfectly straight on this 5, a hair of an angle at the most. The 6 ball can go in the side pocket, so she's just going to float the cue ball down. The only thing she has to worry about here is the point of the side pocket. She has an ever so slight angle on this 5, And when she follows it, she has to cheat the pocket a little bit not to get caught on that point in the side pocket. Just like that. Perfect. Little firm, but that's all right. She's got this, I think. She's such a good shot maker. When she's confident and she's on, she doesn't miss much. And her mistakes in the first set, getting beat 5-0, it wasn't that she was missing a lot of balls. She was making mental errors. Position, hitting unnecessarily firm, or it was just a strange first set, very unlike Karen. Nice.
Two balls left for a one-rack lead. This is more the kind of play we've seen from Karen all week here in Mount Pleasant. Beautiful stroke. Ho, or keep going. One or the other. Okay.
She'll take that, I think.
Yeah, back-to-back breaking runs for Karen Corr, the Hall of Famer, staying right in this semifinal match, 2-1 over Guy Young Kim. Much more coming your way from Soaring Eagle after this.
The Getaway. It's the place we go when every day is all too ordinary. And then finally you let yourself have it all. Here they use words like luxury, and you soak it up and indulge. You reel yourself in, then you let yourself go. And with a vivid surge of adrenaline, you feel alive. Let yourself get away. Experience more at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort.
Diamond. They say diamonds are a girl's best friend. But in pool, diamonds are the player's best friend. And these diamonds are made in the USA. Diamond pool tables, designed by players for players. Diamond is the official table of professional pool. To get your Diamond pool table, call 812-288-7665 or visit us online at diamondbilliardproducts.com. Play with the best. Diamond.
Stay up to date with the women of the WPBA all year long on WPBA.com. Get player information, find out about upcoming events, and more. Log in and visit the video archive section and watch over 50 matches dating back to 1995. While there, take advantage of the new affiliates program. Shop, save, and support the WPBA. Save money with over 90 affiliates on travel, home and sports, apparel and accessories, business and office, food gifts, and more. WPBA.com, home of the Women's Professional Billiard Association.
Welcome back to Soaring Eagle. It was a great week here for one of the truly great players on the WPBA Classic Tour as the women inducted the Texas Tornado Vivian Villarreal into the WPBA Hall of Fame. After 17 career tour titles, the national championship, and a Player of the Year year, it was easy to see why Vivian was so excited. She told us about when she knew she had made it. As she waves and blows kisses, when she knew she had made it to the big time.
No, I can't really say. I mean, I just knew one day that I would be, you know, with my career and everything that has happened to me. And, you know, being number one in the world, I've won every major title except the US Open, Player of the Year. So, you know, I knew eventually it would come. I just didn't know when.
And again, yeah, you bet. As much of a great player as she is, what she's doing to Julie Kelly right now is also who she is. Fun, fantastic ambassador for the sport every year she has been out here. loves performing, loves playing, and we're thrilled for you, Viv. All right, Ga Young Kim, second set, down 2-1 to Karen Kaur. She's had the first set on her side, trying to even up this second set.
Strong break there. She is going to definitely have a shot at the one, unless that 6 ball is the last ball. Now she looks pretty happy. Looks like she could just barely get the cue ball in there. Here's a little bit of an issue, the fact that the 2 ball won't go. Even if she can make the 1 ball here, which looks like it's close. She's looking to play a real first shot. In other words, playing the 2 ball possibly into the cushion, off the back of the 5 into the corner. There's also a billiard. And the last option would be a combination. You don't want to shoot that here. It's tough to control the cue ball. Much easier to shoot a billiard on the 2-5. All right, she wants that to stop anytime. Yeah, I think she did stop in time. If she hits a super thin hit on the right side of the 2 ball here, she should be able to make the 5, but it has to be very, very slow. She may have gone too far. If she's playing the 2 ball behind the 5, then chances are she went too far for the billiard. We saw Si Ming try a similar shot in the last semifinal match. Failed at that. There's no failure there, but look how unfortunate that was. She had an easy shot on the 3 ball after that, and she knew it. And instead, the 5 ball kicked the 3 ball into a near impossible spot. See that where the 3 is here, it looked like everything was going to be great. She was definitely going to have a shot. She played position for it, and 5 ball knocks it out of there just in the last second. To where now she's probably going to have to use the 8, 9, and 6 as blockers and play a safety. That's not what she wanted to do. Open shot for Karen. What a difference a set makes.
A little bit of a tide turn here. You can
bet.
kind of feel it. She knows it.
You bet.
You can believe that Karen also feels it. As tough a competitor as you'll find anywhere in the game, and always has been.
Keep an eye on that 9 ball. If she placed this with a little bit center to high, that 9 ball could be heading towards the corner pocket. It did.
Ooh.
But she needed to hit that much firmer in order to be able to get up. She knew she was going to go into both the 6 and the 9. She had to have some power on that to be able to get up on the 5 ball. See here, she knew she was going not the 6, but the 8 ball. She knew she was going to hit both, so you have to actually power through that to be able to get enough speed to get it back up. Now what you would love to have happen here, Mitch, is for it to go 2 rails and get a hit on the left side of the 5 to bring the cue ball back down here and have the 5 go to the other side of the table. She just hit it a little bit too high up on the rail. A little bit lower, she would have gotten away with her shot. She almost made that though, so. This is a tough shot because if you make this 5 ball, if you hit it too firm trying to come across, it's very easy to scratch cross corner. If you hit it a little bit softer, then it elongates the angle and you avoid that scratch. All right, just like that. That's beautiful.
So back in good position is Ga Young Kim trying to tie this second set up. Karen leading 2-1, race to 5 in this set. If Ga Young wins this set, she'll move into the final against Jasmine Ocean. Karen wins, we have a 1-rack sudden death playoff. For those of you tuning in as we cross the 5 o'clock Eastern time hour, expecting to see the final, it will follow immediately after this semi-final. Hope you can stick around with us as we bring the 2015 Masters to a close in what has been a great, great week. And the oiled machine that is Ga Young Kim, when she gets to this point in a rack that is open, you're seeing it right here. There you go. 2-2, second set. Karen Corr will have the break in rack number 5. She's had 2 break-in runs in rack 1 and 3. Would love nothing more than to keep that streak going and stay out ahead of Ga Young Kim. How often have we seen that look, Ava?
Nobody looks more focused than this woman, and nobody usually looks more mean than the little devil girl on the other side. As happy-go-lucky as Ga Young is, she can look really mean when she is sitting in her chair.
And
She's a little friendlier today, I think, when we normally see her.
I know, but as differently as Karen can look too away from the table.
Yeah. Oh.
So much fun away, and you know, but this is tough stuff.
Karen can keep you in stitches, but nobody that just watches her in tournament pool would ever know that. But she is a full of personality, just a great people, both of these two players.
Taking a peek at the rack. It is okay, and so here we go with Karen.
All right, rev it up. Let's go. Got plenty going on here.
More than 25 WPBA titles on her resume. 2012 BCA Hall of Fame inductee. And so deservedly so.
Solid break. 9 balls heading towards that pocket. 1 ball is down. Guess who's got a 2-9 combo lined up after the break? What a fantastic break that was. She made 2 balls. And the 2-9 are right there. Just got to keep your head cool here, and she can take a 3-2 lead in no time. The crowd is loving this. Would they love to see another tiebreaker or what?
That's 3 break-in runs for Karen Corr. This one a lot shorter than the last 2, but effective nonetheless. 3-2 in this second set over Ga Young Kim, who will have the break in rack 6 when we come back to Soaring Eagle.
The Getaway. It's the place we go when every day is all too ordinary. And then finally you let yourself have it all. Here they use words like luxury, and you soak it up and indulge. You reel yourself in, then you let yourself go. And with a vivid surge of adrenaline, you feel alive. Let yourself get away. Experience more at Soaring Eagle.
This championship is being played with the new Aramith tournament set. Featuring a unique molecular structure, it guarantees razor-sharp precision and unsurpassed longevity. Unquestionably the best pool balls in the world, this set is available in a TV and a value pack version, as well as in the new My Aramith range of ball and cue cases. Now you can bring and play with the best ball set everywhere you go. My Aramith, bringing new dimensions to your billiards experience.
Delta 13, the true legend of Rex.
Here we go. A lot of electricity right now. That's Soaring Eagle, our second semifinal. Midway through the second set, Karen Kaur has just made quick work of rack 5. Here's the break in rack 6. Ga-Young Kim trailing 3-2 in this set.
Corner ball flies in, and is she going to get a shot here on the 1? Not much of a 1. It's a clear open shot, obviously, but she's going to have to play a safety. 2 balls go on the break. She just says, where's my 2-9 combination?
Not here, that's for sure.
She was checking on the billiard here, kind of a little bit far-fetched. She's thought better of it, and she's going to go ahead and just play a thin hit here and try to get that cue ball behind the 2, 4, 9. She was going for the 9, but any of those would have worked. Instead, she's left Karen a safety opportunity. If she can hit the right side of the ball, again, she's going to be looking at a possible billiard. But you would have to really just bring the cue ball straight into the 5 to make the 6 ball. If the 5 wasn't there, then it would be a little bit easier. So knowing Karen, she probably will play a safety here. No, she went for the 6. She drew the cue ball past the 5 and made the 6 in the corner pocket. Nothing wrong with that shot. Got a little bit unfortunate here that the best she came up with is a bank. Not a very difficult one, however. And see, she just put some draw on this cue ball, avoided the 5, and came over and made the 6. That was a really good shot.
That was beautiful. Like you said, got a little unlucky with the speed on the 1, but
see if she can make it.
Yeah.
No problem. Talk about coming alive out of nowhere in this second set. Shows a lot of professionalism. Just let it go. This is a whole new deal. And Karen would love nothing more than to have it come down to a 1-game sudden death rack.
well, you know, when we talk about this format, and people out there watching think it's a cliche when we say that's what's great about the format, but it really is true. We've seen it over and over and over again, where the first set goes one way and the second set goes differently.
Absolutely.
Period.
And it's no different than if you have a race, let's say, to 7. At some point, if both players get to the hill, you're still going to have a 1-game playoff. Whoever gets, you know, if it's 6-6, somebody's going to have 1 game to win 7. So, but this, what I love about it is both players have an opportunity to kind of come alive. You can shake off that first one and start fresh, as opposed to, and it's more exciting for us who watch, that you actually get to see into the last second the match is alive. All right, I'm just going to float up here. She get an angle. She doesn't want too much of an angle. All right, making this 8 ball, this is kind of a backwards angle, but once you find your spot, the beauty is the cue ball will head straight out towards the 9 ball. It was a little bit more, I'm sure, than she wanted, but she's such a great shot maker. I don't think this shot has her scared. Again, when you have a backwards angle like this, when you get down on the ball, you have to aim when you stand up, because when you get down on the ball, it looks funny. It looks weird, like you're aiming incorrectly. You just have to trust that you saw it when you were standing up. And she did, just barely. Wow, it's not over yet, though.
Smiled and like, yeah, what's the problem?
The fact that she overcut that 8 ball brought the cue ball farther down. If she would have made it in the center of the pocket, she would be straight in right now with that speed on the 9. But because she overcut it and almost missed it, now she's got a tester left on the 9 ball too.
Yeah, and how big is this? Either a 4-2 lead and on the hill in the second set, or a chance for Ga-Young to tie this set up. Huge shot here. How about it?
Steady.
That is what we're used to seeing out of Karen Kaur. A 2-rack lead now at 4-2 on the hill in the second set, race to 5.
4 games to 2, the second set.
And Karen will have the break in this 7th rack. As Ga-Young prepares for what will come. Let's take a look on that. Look again, excuse me, at that 8-ball. That's amazing. A millimeter to the right, and that wasn't going.
It's like it didn't want to go, but finally gave in and fell into the pocket.
Okay. Deep breath for Karen. Had a good year on the regional tours in 2014, winning 6 regional tour titles. Finished 5th at the Masters last year, losing to Kelly Fisher along the way. Top 10 finish in the World 9-Ball Championship. How much would Karen love to put this Masters Championship up with the rest of her great titles? This one wants 3 in a row.
She doesn't want to get rid of. She doesn't want to give it up. I know that.
Okay, here we go. Break in rack number 7 of the second set.
Whoa, that cue ball almost came off the table there. She made a ball, though.
Pretty amazing. She really did lose control at cue ball.
Yeah, the 3-ball went down, and she has a shot at the 1. Her problem, straight in shot on the 1 ball here. She needs to come either all the way back here or go rail first, because here is your 2 ball. She has a very smooth stroke, great draw stroke, but that's a long way for it to come back. And you jaw these pockets at all, and you're done. If she hasn't angled at all, I know, knowing Karen, she would go ahead and follow this down to the rail and come back, but it doesn't look like she has any kind of an angle on this 1 ball. Yes, she does. She's cueing it higher. She does have. You can see right there's a good angle to see if she has just enough. This is a touchy shot, though, and she has to hit it firm. No. That was big. Wow. She tried to just make sure she made the 1 ball. She was going to come down and just get any kind of a shot at the 2 ball here. But to me, unless you're going to go for it all the way, then you might as well play a safety on that 1 ball. She's going airborne. We're going to jump over. There's just an edge of the 6 ball. It's not the full 6. See if she can hit the left side of it and get a safety out of it. Cue ball's cooperating with the 2. I think so. I do believe that is about as good a safety as she could have dreamt up in this position. She is almost frozen to the 9 ball and has a very limited way of getting to the 2. She did what she had to do. She hit the left side of the 2. Obviously, she would have loved for it to go in right there. However, she'd have been sick in this case because the cue ball would have been behind the 9, and she would have been looking at that shot on the 4 instead. So, see if Guy Young can figure out a way to hit this. How good is she?
Well, Karen's
fantastic
gonna have
shot.
play, but you know, we were talking about the 3-cushion billiard training.
Oh
before,
yeah, absolutely.
And under the heading of textbook, that's it right there.
That was beautiful, beautiful kick. And how big was it? Because ball in hand for Karen right there, that would have ended this set and brought us to a tiebreaker. Now, because of that kick shot, she's still alive. Look at here, 1, 2, 3 rails, comes up here. Never a doubt, full hit on the 2 ball. Can she get it behind the 4? No, sir. Look at that.
Not at all the kind of precision out of Karen that she would expect.
No, and they're laying awfully pretty right now. Let's come up a little bit for the 4 ball. She'll have the perfect angle to keep it there for the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 are all open.
Good look at the great touch. Guy Young from above.
Okay, it's trying to pick her spot here. She has the correct angle to be able to just kind of stun the cue ball over. That'll work. And I just love how she doesn't take, I mean, she's such a fast player, but she has time because she moves so fast around the table. She makes sure she picks where she wants to be. So many times you see a player that just kind of gauges it from the other side of the table and you get out of line because of it. The one thing about Guy Young, if she does get out of line, it's because she hits it off a little too hard or too soft, but it's not because she didn't pay attention to where exactly she wanted to be.
That's a great point.
Well, you just avoid so many unforced errors that way. You really make a plan, get down. When you're down shooting, there's no more plan making. You just shoot. You just perform.
Woo. She stayed down a while on that one. Okay, this 9 ball and rack 7 will be hers. She'll climb within 4-3 against Karen in the second set and have the break in rack 8. Obviously a big shot for Guy Young. Nice work. So again, an opening given to her by Karen. Guy Young Kim takes advantage and will move to rack 8. She will have the break. Will she tie it up on the hill? Or will Karen Kaur take this rack and will have sudden death? We'll find out when we come back to Soaring Eagle in Mount Pleasant after this. Stick around.
It's the place we go when every day is all too ordinary. And then finally you let yourself have it all. Here they use words like luxury, and you soak it up and indulge. You reel yourself in, then you let yourself go. And with a vivid surge of adrenaline, you feel alive. Let yourself get away. Experience more at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort.
Diamond. They say diamonds are a girl's best friend. But in pool, diamonds are the player's best friend. And these diamonds are made in the USA. Diamond pool tables, designed by players for players. Diamond is the official table of professional pool. To get your Diamond pool table, call 812-288-7665 or visit us online at diamondbilliardproducts.com. Play with the best. Diamond.
Stay up to date with the women of the WPBA all year long on WPBA.com. Get player information, find out about upcoming events and more. Log in and visit the video archive section and watch over 50 matches dating back to 1995. While there, take advantage of the new affiliates program. Shop, save, and support the WPBA. Save money with over 90 affiliates on travel, home and sports, apparel and accessories, business and office, food gifts, and more. WPBA.com, home of the Women's Professional Billiard Association.
Welcome back to this great scene at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort in Mount Pleasant, Michigan. Fantastic spot year round. It happens to be dead of winter here in Michigan, but it's warm as all get out inside. The stars of the WPBA Classic Tour have been here all week, going after the 2015 Masters title. Here you see our road to the final. Jasmine Ocean with a thrilling sudden death victory over Siming Chen of China. She waits for the winner of this Guy Young Kim and Karen Corr semifinal match. One of these three will be your Masters champion for this year. Will it be Guy Young Kim, which would make it 3 years in a row, unbelievably, or Karen Corr's first, or Jasmine Ocean's second? She won in 2011. A plethora of possibilities here in Mount Pleasant. And Guy Young Kim will be at the table. Just climbed back to within a rack here in the second set of Karen Corr. Rack number 8 with the break. She gets this rack, will be hill-hill in this second set. Here we go.
Was this kind of a sane? Oh, 9-ball, 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 9-ball.
Yeah.
Wow. The 8-ball, once it looked like it was going to stop, and once it grabbed the cushion, the spin took it down and made the 9-ball.
Unbelievable.
That couldn't have come any better time for Guy Young. Watch right here. 9-ball heads kind of over that way, but once the, look at all the spin on that 8-ball that brought it down and finally made the 9.
It was stopping there. It was just
Wow.
sitting there in the 8-ball thing. We get a game look from here. The 8-ball was kicked
5
by
hits
the
it
4
right
and
there.
the 5. 9-ball fates right there. Those are the 9-ball fates. And
Not
you gotta
much to
take
do
all
about
of
it.
them, yeah.
And I guess we did have a short rack before with Karen making that 2-9 combination. So.
Wow. What a way to get to hill-hill. 4 racks apiece for each one in this second set. Karen will have the break. If she should win this rack, we'll go to sudden death. And again, if Guy Young wins it, she will move to the final, having won the first set. Wow. Electric.
Doesn't get much better than this. What an entertaining match. Both of them in their own way. But this has just gone fast. There's some explosive things happening. Okay, here we go. Gotta keep that cue ball on the table. Not that. Not that. Of all the things you don't want to do, it's that one, especially when all Guy Young needs now is this one rack. Wow. You can see right here, she came down on the something that happens when you try to hit him really hard. If you come down on the cue ball at all, it is literally airborne when it hits the 1 ball, and that's why it flies off the table. She was flirting with it a couple of breaks ago, and this time disaster struck. And Guy Young now, her only key is to make this backwards cut on the 2 ball and get a shot on the 3 that's hanging right by the side. Once that's solved, not too many things can go wrong in this rack, especially the way Guy Young's playing right now. So far, so good. And you can see there are no issues here. Her main concern right now is where to get on the 5 so I can get the correct angle to get up on this side of the 6, making the 6 ball in the side to float down easily for the 7. Well, I know she didn't want to be on the rail. She just said, so she made a kind of a cat face.
That's
there.
Korean for I'm not crazy about this, but
yeah.
I'll take it.
We'll see. Being on the rail with the cue ball here, she may not be able to play the 6-ball on the side because that would really require a super, super slow hit. You want to be able to stroke in this spot. So she picked a spot, played in the corner. Got too far, though. It's, you know, straight in would have been lovely this way. It looks like she's going to have, well, she didn't go too far. She can add a little bit of left spin on this and get down perfectly, or she could just roll it in and take a tougher shot on the 7. But knowing Guy Young, she's going to add that little left. Get it with confidence. That's all
Sweet.
she wrote.
Well,
right,
Karen
pick your
is going to
spot.
be sick because the break has been her best friend this week. Her stats were the strongest. Really utilized it to have a great undefeated run to the semifinal during the week. But the break let her down big time. Number of scratches. Should Guy Young get out, of course, we may be talking. We may be Guy Young just asking if somebody who was in her path.
Well, the audience is nervous
Yeah,
too. And
they
there's
are.
like
They're
somebody
moving
standing
around.
and they're moving back and forth, and she's she politely, cutely asked him to just stand still just while I shoot this shot. It's kind of a big shot.
You better hope she doesn't miss the 7. Okay, he's all right.
He's going to live to see another day.
Yeah, he just sat down quick.
It is
Like
incredible.
you said, everybody
though.
does get excited here, really.
It is incredible that the break, not only does she have the best balls made on the break stat, but also to have, you know, the wins on her own break, several breaks in one out, and then to have this come down to this where she flies off the table after putting up such a fight in the second set.
A big deep breath. This 9 to move to the final for the 3rd consecutive year. Guy Young Kim over Hall of Famer Karen Corr in 2 sets. 5-0, 5-4. She has the chance to defend her 2-time consecutive Masters title. Wow. All right, back to Soaring Eagle here in Mount Pleasant. After this break, a great final matchup between Guy Young Kim and Jasmine Ocean awaits. We'll see you momentarily.
The Getaway. It's the place we go when every day is all too ordinary. And then finally you let yourself have it all. Here they use words like luxury, and you soak it up and indulge. You reel yourself in, then you let yourself go. And with a vivid surge of adrenaline, you feel alive. Let yourself get away. Experience more at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort.
Diamond. They say diamonds are a girl's best friend. But in pool, diamonds are the player's best friend. And these diamonds are made in the USA. Diamond pool tables, designed by players for players. Diamond is the official table of professional pool. To get your Diamond pool table, call 812-288-7665.
Back here at Soaring Eagle in Mount Pleasant, a look at our road to the final. Our final is now set. Jasmine Ocean goes after her 2nd, Guy Young Kim after her 3rd. It's going to be a tremendous final matchup. We'll be right back with some final thoughts after this.
The Getaway. It's the place we go when every day is all too ordinary. And then finally you let yourself have it all. Here they use words like luxury, and you soak it up and indulge. You reel yourself in, then you let yourself go. And with a vivid surge of adrenaline, you feel alive. Let yourself get away. Experience more at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort.
This championship is being played with the new Aramith tournament set. Featuring a unique molecular structure, it guarantees razor-sharp precision and unsurpassed longevity. Unquestionably the best pool balls in the world, this set is available in a TV and a value pack version, as well as in the new My Aramith range of ball and cue cases. Now you can bring and play with the best ball set everywhere you go. My Aramith, bringing new dimensions to your billiards experience.
Delta 13, the true legend of Rex.
Stay up to date with the women of the WPBA all year long on WPBA.com. Get player information, find out about upcoming events and more. Log in and visit the video archive section and watch over 50 matches dating back to 1995. While there, take advantage of the new affiliates program. Shop, save, and support the WPBA. Save money with over 90 affiliates on travel, home and sports, apparel and accessories, business and office, food gifts, and more. WPBA.com, home of the Women's Professional Billiard Association.
And here's what they're playing for, those trophies. We'll go to the champion and the runner-up, and we are about to find out who that will be very shortly. Ga-Young Kim in this second semifinal, 5-0 in the first set, 5-4 in the second set, and it all came down to the end of that second set, especially for Karen Kaur, who will go back home. This shot, our turning point of the match, brought to you by Predator as the cue ball went flying off the table in rack 9. Karen Kaur would give ball in hand to Ga-Young Kim at 4 apiece in that set. And Ga-Young Kim would take care of business, run the rest of that rack out, and take that semifinal match. Fantastic, fantastic play by Ga-Young in the first set. Good comeback by Karen, but again, we're down to our 2 finalists out of the 48 that came to Mount Pleasant. Ga-Young Kim, 2-time and consecutive defending champion. Jasmine Ocean, the inaugural winner of the Masters in 2011. They will do battle. Only one of them will walk away with the 2015 Masters Championship. Who will it be? We're going to find out in just a moment. Stick around.